I'm Valerie, the creator of HypnoticTrip.com. What are hypnotic trips? They combine hiking, hypnosis, and divine inspiration to help you evolve and be your best self. I've climbed many mountains in my life and have hiked thousands of miles, metaphorically too, I might add. And what I know is that when you're on a hike, you're in hypnosis. You're in a trance. And in that state, you're poised to have powerful transformations. And speaking of transformation, I hope you are ready to have one of your own, because part 2 of this video includes a meditation for releasing anxiety. Our last show was about how to get out of a bad mood. If you missed it, you may have also missed Messages from Devil's Tower. So subscribe now. Today's trip happens at the Wichita Mountains near Lawton, Oklahoma, where it snowed the night before. I wasn't expecting the snow, and so I was not thinking right that morning when I saw it. Maybe you can relate to this story. I was on a mission. We drove to Lawton to get footage for this show, and the snow was ruining it. I'm telling you, I get thrown off just like the rest of you. I was trying to roll with it, but in the back of my mind, the snow was really throwing off my preconceived idea about what this hypnotic trip was about. And what's funny is the show was already about positive thinking. Talk about getting caught off guard. There was a moment midday when I was following Brian's footsteps in the snow, and he, with the excitement of a child, ascended these snowy mounds, and I let myself get a little excited about the snow too. Then he talked me into going to Elk Trail, and as we walked through the icy wonder to the trailhead, I realized there was not another soul around, and I melted. And I thought about this beatitude: blessed are those which hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. So what does that have to do with positive thinking or thinking right? Well, righteousness, as taught by Jesus, means right thinking. It is about whatever thought you want to be something you crave, hunger and thirst after. In other words, you have to want it really badly. As you continue to listen to this story, please keep in mind that a thought can be positive or negative. Whatever motivation you have is producing that automatic thought. Motivation has to do with your desire, your hunger, your thirst for what you want. And sometimes we can have an unconscious motivation for a negative thought. Disappointment can cause us to dwell on the thought we didn't intend. It hits us when we're caught off guard or caught up in something. That is how a negative thought sneaks in, and once it's in, it persists, because that's all it can do, until a better thought takes its place. That is why this beatitude is so hard to do. We can strive to think right or positive thoughts, but if there's a strong motivating factor for keeping us stuck, that is very hard to make that change. And this may make us feel weak-minded and want to give up on ourselves, but please don't do that. The secret to change is to change the motivation, and it started to happen to me when I was awestruck by that peaceful perfection all around me. I got caught off guard in a positive way. And that was a better emotion, and therefore took the place of the negative motivating factor. If you want to control your circumstances for harmony and happiness, you must first control your thoughts for harmony and happiness. Then outer things follow. We cannot think one thing and produce another. That would be contrary to the law of the universe. I realize that habits of thinking are the most difficult habits to break, and can send us into self-condemnation, which produces more trouble. But if we are truly wholehearted in our efforts, that is to say, we are really hungering and thirsting for righteousness, then you will surely be filled. My gift to you is a walking meditation. It is part 2 of this series on how to release anxiety. In it, you can find a more positive motivating factor that lines you up with your right thinking and produces right actions. Keep in mind, you really have to want it. Hunger for the good, thirst for the good, get emotional about what you want to create. My next show is about how one woman's intention to walk 10,000 steps a day and her determination pushed through all types of weather to meet her goal. Remember to like this video, share with your friends, subscribe, and thanks for watching. But before you go, stay tuned for my hiking tip of the day. This is Valerie, the Hypnotic Hiker. Get out there. Nature inspires and heals. In the spring and summer, when you're hiking around water, you need to be particularly careful about watching out for water moccasins, aka cottonmouth. They're black and they can blend in really great with the soil, especially muddy soil. So the snakes are, the poisonous ones that you need to be concerned about are out there, not necessarily here on the trail. So if you stay on the trail, then you can avoid those nasty bites, but particularly pay attention when you're walking around areas like this or, lakes, rivers, etc., because that's where water moccasins live, in the water. So stay on the trail and leave the snakes alone.